was my call, I guess.
Mars, fire, ignite!
I don't recall, but probably the line I said most was, "Get off my back, Luna."
All right, 1 second. Jupiter! Thunder!
Yes!
Moon cosmic power!
And mine would be, that was a pretty good take, guys. Should we do it again one more time with just a little more energy? You were asking the other question, since we went here. Your first part of your question was whether certain things couldn't be used because of language or anything else. Well, there's always, especially 20 years ago, when the series came first to North America, we were restricted by certain things. 20 years ago, no one could really ever know that any of the scouts or anyone associated with them might have been lesbian. Oh my God! So that was an issue at that point. And also certain other things always come into play when we've got dubbing that's being, projects being dubbed here in North America, things that are accepted in Japan or Korea or wherever that are certainly not accepted here, like open holster knives and things like that, which you can't show on North American television because they assume every child is going to be corrupted. And some other for an open holster machete when he's 3 years old going to daycare. So we are restricted by certain things.
Thank you.
Well, Sailor Moon has had such a big impact on me and all of us as anime fans.
Yeah!
Because for me, Sailor Moon was one of the 3 shows I credit that got me into anime in the first place. Other than Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon. In fact, it got me so passionate about anime that I actually started my own anime review show called The American Anime Otaku. And what I wanted to, and I got so invested in the show when it was airing on Toonami. So I want to ask you all, who wants to see Sailor Moon back on Toonami?
Yes!
And that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, Rudy Garcia from Oceanside, California, and I also 2 decades ago watched Sailor Moon like anyone else, and also got me into the anime business too. Besides Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, but I started long ago with Battle of Planets, Star Blazers, and guys, what do you got with the Sailor Moon being revived by Viz Media? You guys like to see these actors back voicing the Sailor Scouts and their certain characters? Raise your hand.
Yes!
I echo all my other fellow Moon fans that you guys inspired me to continue to watch an anime, and I gotta say thank you and God bless you guys.
Thank you so much. You're sweetie.
So my question was, how was the reception for Sailor Moon back when it was originally being aired versus now for all of you? How was the reception of like being casted for Sailor Moon, like compared to now and then back then?
How was it received by fans?
Yeah.
Then as compared to now.
Well, you know, when this show started, we had no idea how huge it was going to be. And in fact, when we would go in to record, we didn't even know what it was about. We would literally go in there, scream our heads off, save the world, and also not know, because everything was very disjointed, it was thrown at us. And then I remember years ago, I was obsessed with Kung Fu, and I was downtown, and I was buying some stuff for Kung Fu, and I went into the store, and it was all Sailor Moon merchandise, and I lost my mind. I literally bought every single thing in that store that was Sailor Mars. I have a shrine at home. Thank you. And then I went up to the store clerk and I said, I'm Sailor Mars. I'm Sailor Mars. And he backed away slowly. We had no idea. And now look at this. This is so overwhelming. You guys are amazing. The best band ever.
Last year was my very first con that I ever went to, and I didn't really think that anybody was interested at all in meeting me. And I had a fan reach out, Jack Buchanan. I love you, Jack. And he said, Linda, please will you come to this con? I really want to meet you, please. And I went, I don't think anybody's interested. I don't know. And he's like, I think you'll be really surprised. So I sort of wrote to the con people, I said, I don't know if you're interested. I did this voice of Sailor Moon, and they're like, yes, we'd love to have you. And then I'm scared, right? Because then I'm thinking, they're going to be throwing rotten fruit at me or something. I go, really? How long ago was that? Come on, lady, who are you? So I immediately phoned Katie and said, Katie, will you come with me? Because I could use her as a shield against and I said, yes. And she said, no, what she said was, I'll call Susan. So when I got there to this con, I really didn't know what to expect, and I honestly believe people would go, meh, whatever. And the very first fan that I ever met came over to me, and she was dressed as something. I don't really know what it was. And I had on one of these badges, and she looked at my badge, and then she looked back at my face, and then she looked back at my badge, and went, and did the Valentine. Sailor Moon. Now I've met two of you. And then she just turned around and walked away. This is what this is? Yeah. It's just fine by me. And now it has grown to this within a year in my brain, like my little twisted brain. So it's pretty overwhelming to say the least.
Hello. My name is Peter, and sorry, LA fans, I'm from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So, vive le Canada! So, I have 32 quick questions, so very easily. First one, when you were playing the character, after it was finished, how did that character change your life, or how did it, make you feel like as it is better or good? And my second question is, if I were to invite you to Montreal, what type of gift do you want me to give you?
Maple syrup. Poutine.
Can you live it?
What was the first question again?
Was there a lasting effect that the character had on us after playing it? I would say there was a very strong lasting effect because this was one of the first times that girl power was actually front and center. And I remember, actually it was quite not that long ago, I went to look in my garbage can, just to put the garbage away, and I noticed that there was a raccoon in the garbage can. And it looked up at me, and I looked down at it, and I put the lid back on really, really fast, because I don't really like wildlife in garbage cans. And so I ran into the house, and I said, oh, come on, this is ridiculous. I said, what would Sailor Jupiter do? So I said, I know what she'd do. She'd go and put on that skirt, so I didn't have anything quite that short, but you know what I'm saying. So I went and I got dressed appropriately, and I walked out to the backyard, and I said, Jupiter! Thundercraft! Raccoon! So I picked up the lid, and the raccoon was already gone. But you see, it was magic. It worked. fact that we're all sitting here 20-some years later is a testament to exactly how it's affected our lives. I know that, you know, when we did this, as has been said, we had no idea what this was. We were voice actors, we got a great gig, we had tons of fun, and personally myself, I went on, I did other stuff, I did other voice work, but then I did other work as well, and it was the thing, no matter all the accomplishments and everything that I was like, oh, that's good, I've kind of done something new and different, and wow, I didn't think I could do that. If Sailor Moon came up, it was the biggest thing that I had ever done. And it continues to have that kind of lasting effect. And that to me is just remarkable that we're all sitting here and I'm hearing my voice echo as I'm saying these words. But there's nothing to compare that to in terms of, you know, when you start something that you think is just going to be one thing and it turns into this absolutely magnificent experience. So thank you for making that.
I just wanted to add that if I can have anything from Montreal, it would be William Shatner's money.
John,
Classy.
Here, you and I always put on this.
It's kind of hard.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gary from California, and my question is, what was your favorite moment or episode to actually dub of the series?
I don't remember all of them, but I do know that this morning when I went to sort of refresh my mind about what I thought Molly was about and who she was, I happened upon the episode called Molly's Folly. And Molly had fallen in love with Netflix. And Serena made it her mission to tell me the truth about this bad guy, but I wasn't listening. So much so that I stole a jewel from my mother's jewelry box and thought that it was a crystal. And thought it would stop him, but of course it didn't. And the tears that came out of Molly's eyes at the end were quite touching, I thought. And that was my favorite story.
Yay!
As I said before, I had no idea episode to episode, because sometimes we didn't even do one single episode. We would do 7 episodes in one session. But then I started watching the series, and then it was all making perfect sense. And even though Ray was Vegetarian, when I watched the show, I was rooting for Chad. Chad was so
Cool.
awesome. And I just feel like, really, Ray? Really? Were you that blinded by Darian? I mean, when I look back at it, I can't think of a specific moment, but any scene with Chad is so powerful and awesome.
Really, you didn't stand a chance, kiddo.
Yeah, I guess so, with the whole whatever.
I liked when Serena was drunk. And hungover.
All right.
I have a question for all of you. Did Sailor Moon have any influences, major and minor included? In general, like different shows. Or,
You mean the voice quality or anything?
yeah, pretty much.
You know, it's funny. I did a show called Yin Yang Yo a few years ago.
Oh. There we go.
Stephanie Morgenstern, who was Venus, was Yin. And in it, I got to do a lot of different villains in it. I kept going in and they said, today you're going to be this villain. And I was like, yay, because the villains are always the most fun to play. And one of them they did was, it was a brother-sister team that was called Smoke and Mirrors. And they said, do whatever you want. This is like a Sailor Moon type character. And I'm like, really? So I thought, I'm not going to gonna do Sailor Moon for another cartoon? Come on, it's too easy. Like that's already. I was sort of like, ah. So I did a completely different kind of character. She was way off the wall. I can't even do it now. I'm like, she goes, I will be your forever friend. You will be my forever friend. Oh my God, what did you know? Crazy like that. So I did this and they loved it. They did it and we did a whole bunch of episodes of it. They were like, oh. And then later on I was talking to the director. He said, I really loved your mirrors. You did such a great job of smoke, I think I should say. You did such a great job of smoke. She was so good. And I said, yeah, it was weird because I really didn't want to do Sailor Moon because I played Sailor Moon. And he was like, you played Sailor Moon. I was like, yeah. I thought you knew that. And he was like, no, I would have made you do Sailor Moon, you idiot.
Thank you. Hello to you all. It's great to see you. I just want to say I thank you for getting me into the stand-up for good and the lasting memories you've left on me. I love you all. But for the interest of time, I'd like to have Susan, Karen, Mary, and Linda say in their respective characters' lines, roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. Starting with you, Susan.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Karen, I want you to say in your voice, in your Berkeley voice, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
And for you, Mary, I'm Molly. You stay classy at the Expo.
I'm Molly. You stay classy, Anime Expo.
It's everyone's voice, to infinity and beyond!
To infinity and beyond!
Thank you all. Bless you.
To infinity and beyond! I'm gonna do that all day now.
Hi, I'm Nicole from California. Thank you all for being here and making my birthday today even better. A couple questions, hopefully they're quick. One is, did you guys have, other than your respective characters, another character that you liked?
On the show?
On the show. On the show.
I was always actually, quite frankly, a big Jupiter fan. I don't want to say it out loud because it goes straight to Susan's head. I like the tomboy.
I think I want to play a bad guy. I mean, Darian is kind of a jerk. He wasn't bad. Those trees and guys throwing ice shards and stuff. That would have been kind of cool. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. But I probably end up with someone who's just really gassy or something. Nothing too crazy.
I have to say that I am going to remain loyal and say that Serena was really my favorite character. In fact, I think I wanted to be her, but she didn't want to be me.
I also coveted Serena for a long time, but I think also Sailor Mars was one of my very, very favorites. I really liked her kimonos, for one thing, and but also because she was really an antithesis to Mercury, very passionate and showing her mettle, and Mercury always was, you know, being the logical, you know, more sensible one, but I think there was an inner core of her that was like, you tell him, Mars, because I really want to be like you.
Actually, I secretly, and I never actually told anybody this, so don't tell anybody else, please. I wanted to be Artemis. I did. And I couldn't quite get my voice low enough. So then they said, okay, well, we'll make you Jupiter. I'm just kidding, I didn't. But here's a good thing that we always used to do. Sometimes we would stand around and say, who has the best hair. They used to sit there for hours just looking at everybody going by on the screen. Who do you guys think had the best hair? Venus.
Venus.
John just said you wouldn't believe it, but one time he had the best hair. And it's true.
You know, this is a different type of cartoon because a lot of them, especially 20 years ago, were very male-dominated, and this was the first cartoon that really empowered women and had all the women leads. So when I went in there, I mean, there was Tuxedo Mask, and there was Artemis. Was there any other major male? Some villains. So, I mean, I don't know. I was ecstatic with Artemis, and as an actor, the more you do a character, the more it becomes you, and the more you become it, and we just melded, so I was pretty happy with my guy.
You know what? I always wanted to be Mars, so I was quite happy with Mars, but I will say this. Sailor Jupiter is the closest, second to Ray, to my personality, and she was so feisty that I would have to say Jupiter. I remember the original soundtrack. Did you have any favorite song?
Well, it's about time you want to talk to me. Well, I guess you guys probably, first of all, thank you for being here. And it's so great to meet these guys, because we didn't even really know about each other 20 years ago. And just recently did I learn of these awesome gentlemen and beautiful females up here. So bravo to you guys. And I'm getting to join them today. So thank you, Anime Expo, for bringing us all out here. But My Only Love has more than 1 million hits on YouTube. And that's because of you guys. That's because of you guys, because you watch My Only Love. And so many of you guys have done your own. Sing it. Yeah. Just so you know, this, I just realized, me and my friend were looking to the program. I have a live show tonight with a band.